Why didn't you say that? And why didn't you record that? Say that again, and I'm going to forget. So, okay. So we are going to talk about this winning day sprint for the next 60 days of what it's kind of going to look like. We all know a lot of us do better when we have recipe. Sometimes it's hard to cook a cookie when you don't know how to bake it, what ingredients you need and whatnot. And sometimes you try to do your own ingredients and the cookies don't work, right? This is laid out to where you statistically should be able to grow your business in the next 60 days if you put in the work. What's nice about this is it's laid out, it is detailed. And again, if you follow the recipe, you're going to have great success in the next 60 days. It's just like planting. And honestly, Giovanna hit it on the nail today with her little graphic. That's so true. We plant all these seeds and then we forget to water them, or we're like digging in the dirt to make sure it's still okay. Did it dry up? What's going on? And we don't have patience in that. And knowing that that seed needs processed, it's got to take time. It's got to have that. And the most time we have the best success in our business is when we do plant those seeds. And those are the scary stuff that we don't like to do half the time. But this lays everything out in a sheet so that you know exactly what to do. We're going to go over the sheet. So you have, if you have any questions regarding some of this stuff, or like, well, hey, I saw this, what does that mean? Again, it's just a guideline. It's going to be 2 hours every single day for 5 days, up to 2 hours. Again, sometimes your team if you're not going to need an hour of follow-up because you don't have the customer care that's, other teams might have, but it's a good, at least idea of what that might look like for you. So it's 10 hours a week, 10 hours a week. So 2 hours for 5 days, and you have 2 days off. Nobody should be working every single day. We should not be doing that because we all know we feel recharged when we take that time off. And so I really want us to get better of doing that and having that solid hours of work so that we can see our growth in our business. Okay. So I'm going to go over a couple of things that I really liked her analogies on, and I think it's going to speak a lot to you guys. So we have our customers. The problem when we have our customers is we try to put them all in a bucket and we try to get them to be business builders when they are not business builders. Think of a boat. You're putting these people in a boat. They're riders, right? And you're like, hey, how are you doing? All right, let's go. Okay. But then you're splashing with water because you're rowing so fast, they can't breathe because they're not ready to be business builders. They're not ready to row with you. They're just riding. And so what you got to do with customers that do not want the business is you've got to give them product knowledge, give them the experience and community and everything we have to offer. You go to any other company, do they do book clubs? Are we utilizing book clubs? We're making it, I feel like we're making our job harder than what we should be. Plugging our riders into these things are going to give them an experience you can't offer because corporate is offering that. They're seeing a bigger picture. They're already gaining that influence, all of that in this way. So book club, you have why Plexus, why now every day. Every day. Those are testimonials that Plexus does where they pop in people like us. They share their testimony. They share their business opportunity. And it's a way to, again, gain influence. You have the huddle calls, which was last night. I really hope you guys we're going to all be rowing together in this as leaders into making sure we're plugging people into these opportunities Plexus provides. Those huddle calls are not for us. It's for our riders. Our riders are the ones that need to gain that influence. We don't need to keep gaining influence. I mean, we need to keep learning. Don't get me wrong. But we need to be giving our leaders and everybody in our boat opportunities to learn and grow with us. And so huddle calls, you're going to have motivational calls. Again, they don't need to know the business, but if you plug them in, they're going to gain that community that they might be looking for. I always think of this analogy. When you go to the gym, you don't want to go by yourself. That you're less likely to do anything when you try to do anything by yourself. And so if you're plugging them into community, they're more likely to stay. They're more likely to try new products. And those huddle calls are great because like last night, if you guys didn't listen, I highly recommend you go back and listening. They're putting it live on the ambassador page for us to be able to tag our people, send it to them, and offer that experience. Because Dr. Hartman talked amazing things about our greens that you guys want to really plug people into. We asked, and Plexus is giving us all of these science stuff that we know that people are looking for and wanting more knowledge in on why they need these products. So Dr. Hartman shared that. And so make sure you're listening to all that. I shared a graphic of what Plexus offers and what we should be utilizing all the time. So you've got the Why Plexus Why Now events, you've got the opportunity calls, you have the motivational Mondays, you have the welcome to Plexus calls, and then you have the silver calls. They always have, and I plugged this in, there's calendars where you can locate all of this in, and all of these, there's links in this that are clickable that you can click on and it'll take you right to where you need to go. So let's utilize what Plexus is giving us instead of trying to do it all ourselves. We don't need to do it all ourselves. People want community, people want knowledge, and people want to feel like that they're heard and loved and valued. And Plexus is offering that. And we've got to dive into and utilizing that. Okay. So again, we have our customers in here. They're on a boat. They're riding in here. And let's not splash them too much. The one thing I really liked about Genevieve today, she said it's micro giving, like you're giving them micro commitments. Like, hey, Rachel, I would love if you had a chance to come to our Why Plexus Why Now. Would you be open to me sharing that link to you today? It's a micro commitment. You're not giving them everything and be like, oh, and there's book club and oh, and there's that, because in the water splashing in their face, you're giving them too much. Micro commitments, little bitty things. Like if Patricia is telling me all the great qualities and things she's seeing in our products, she just started, I'm like, girl, who are you sharing that with? I would love to hear who you're telling. That's incredible. Again, less is more. She's like, well, I haven't said anybody. Yeah, I might've mentioned to my boss or whatnot. Friend, we've got to tell and share this. This is incredible. What about, would you be open to me doing a very quick event for you? You just help me tag and invite your friends. Again, the way that you also gain new leaders is giving them a little bit to do as well. You don't do all of the things. And so they're like, would you be open to that? Micro commitments, very small, and then let them say yes or no. And then you leave that there. Okay. So customers are the lifeline to our business, really loving on our customers, give them everything that they need to hear, love, community, all of that. Because if we're not giving that, they're going to jump out of the boat. They're like, all right, well, Plexus wasn't exactly what I thought it was. And again, most people aren't going to tell you what they really need. Most people are going to tell you they're depressed. Most people are going to tell you that they don't have any friends around because of COVID. Most people are going to not tell you all of the small details. But if you provide them with everything we have to offer, you're going to see they're going to be the lifeline to your business. So love on your customers more than you ever would anticipate, but get those micro commitments, not like shove everything at them. Okay. Okay. Many of us think that our customers will come around to the business. And so we have to think they just want health. We just want them to post. Well, this feels like a bait and switch, right? So if somebody comes in, like if I'm just brand new and Patricia is telling me about the products and everything, and then all of a sudden I'm trying to be salesy, like the mall people at them, like, okay, can you now post? Can you now do this? Can you now do that? I'm going to be like, well, wait, I just wanted to try the products. I just wanted experience first. You got to know your people first. We all know we can do those micro little bitty things. Like I said earlier, like, Patricia, are you sharing that? Did you share that with somebody? I'm not throwing everything at her. I'm getting those little bitty tiny details, those little seeds to plant. And so don't be the mall people was how I took it when she said this today. I was like, okay, we don't want the bait and switch. We don't want to be that person. We want to fish. So when you get in the boat, it'll be like we're riding together, all of that. Now, if anybody knows how to fish, you have to have the right line and you have to have the right bait for the right people that you're trying to fish for, right? If you have a type of bait on there and you're trying to catch a tuna and you catch a goldfish, it's because you had the wrong bait to catch the goldfish, but yet you wanted the tuna. And so you have to have the right bait when you're reaching out to the right people. And the other thing is sometimes you're going to have your bait and you're waiting for that tuna to come around, or you can name any other fish. It doesn't matter. Just think of a big fish. You're looking for a good big fish. You have the right bait and all these little ones are like perking at it, right? It's like, oh, wait, I think I like this. These people are not ready yet. You're waiting for that right one to take your bait. And so those people will come around as long as you keep offering the bait. And I really liked that analogy with the fishing, because I never thought of it that way. You have to have the right information for the right people at the right time. We won't lose people if you are clear on the experience that you're going to give to that person. It can't just be products, right? Like, oh, great, this is gut health products, you're going to love it. What else are you going to offer them? Because this is way more than that. And so make sure you're doing that. We don't want to be a salesperson, because we always remember our worst experiences in sales. Genevieve talked about it today, and she's like, y'all, I love sales. If you don't love sales, then you need to realize you need to love sales. Sales is a wonderful thing. The problem is we all think about our worst sales experience and put that all in the same bucket of our best sales experiences. Think of a time that you were sold something. Do you think of that often? Do you think of that customer care that was given to you, and how you got your products quick, and how the customer care was given to you, and all the cherry on top stuff? No, you think about the mall people that are salesy and bait and switch, and your telemarketers and all of that. Most people put all of their bad experiences way before they're good, which is why sales sometimes can look schemy and gross. And it is not, if it is done well and you remember all the good experiences and help people realize there's a Sorry, guys, obviously got kicked off. Anyway, so I don't know where you heard, but hopefully you got pretty much don't put your horrible sales experience in a bigger bucket than your good sales experiences. Sales is wonderful. Make it wonderful. Don't keep thinking about the horrible things, about all the little bitty bad sales problems that you had, because we are not the same. Let's make that different. The other thing is, we are not hunters. Hunters come with weapons. They have camo on. And how do you think that what do the prey look like that they're hunting? What's the first thing that they're going to do if they see a hunter? Run, right? If they can tell you're hunting them, they're going to be gone, which, hello, ghosting, right? We get ghosted all the time. And most time it's because they feel like they're being hunted. How do you get away from that? Being authentic and be you, y'all. Like, be you, and you start reaching out and doing the things in this winning day. It is about reach outs. It is about connecting with people. It is about asking for the sale, but don't do it in a hunting way. Do it about them. Them is we are in it to help people feel better. We cannot work and do what we are meant to be on this earth if we are not helping other people. And so sales is a good thing. We provide so much in our industry, and we have to remember that. Just don't be hunters. Don't put your camo on. Don't go hiding and trying to find people. We're fishers. We're gonna have the right bait on the right line and the right pole, that kind of stuff. Okay. Definition of a cold ask. I thought this was cool. So a cold ask is when you're talking to somebody and you've never met them. Think of it this way. Like Jason, I'm walking beside him at the park and I'm like, hey, will you marry me? That is a cold ask, right? That's like a cold reach out. We don't do cold reach outs, right? I'm not going to ask Jason to marry me and I've never even seen him. Maybe I just walked right into him. I'm not going to do that. We're not going to be those Instagram people. A cold ask is that. We don't do that. We are doing warm asks. Warm asks are, Jason and I are dating. We've been chatting for a while. We then go out to dinner and we start getting to know each other more. Hello, it leads into a marriage if that opportunity is there, right? We have an opportunity to help people. And if it leads to the opportunity to provide them with health and wellness products that are going to help their bodies, then that is a warm ask. That is an invitation to help that person. She said, our job as a professional and authentic entrepreneur, relationship manager, is to do the good work of finding out what bait would serve that person best. what bait would serve that person best, because every single person is going to need different bait, right? Every single person. So the first few weeks, I'm going to give you some wording that I was given today. Again, this wording is, you have to make it your own. You have to. But she had one sentence at the end that is something you can use with every single person. And I'm going to go over that with you because it's going to help you get into the rhythm of what to say and be confident and know that you have something great to offer. The more confident you are, the more they're going to feel it. You know, we never want to go into something if somebody does not feel confident in what they're having to offer. I'm going to go find somebody else, right? This is why I follow bold people on Instagram, because I want bold leadership. I don't want somebody that's going to be like, well, I think I can help you, or just, remember the word just we talked about today. Like, I just think this might help you. And no, that's not bold. It's, I have something to offer, Patricia. I think it's going to be, or no, I didn't say think. I know it's going to be great for you. Would you love to try it for the next 30 days? Be bold in what you have to offer. Says you have to be willing to be bad before you get good. I'm gonna say that again. You have to be willing to be bad before you get good. And this is where we lose most of our people. Nobody wants to be bad, right? Most people get out of the boat because they don't want to screw up, failure, and have all these issues. They're like, well, this wasn't for me, I'm done, right? We have to go through the bad stuff before we get to the good stuff. Just like with our kids, you know, she gave this analogy of band. You know, when we have kids that are in band or they're learning the tin whistle, Stacy, you know this one, they're learning the tin whistle, right? They are bad, but what are we doing for them? Honey, that's really good. You're doing great. Just keep it up. You're almost there. You're so close, right? We keep helping them and encouraging them in the bad because they're not going to be great right off the bat on learning their tin whistle or whatever they're learning. And so why do we do that to ourselves? Why can't we be bad to be better and be good? Know that there's going to be disaster before you master. Disaster before you master. We have to normalize being bad in order to be good. Do the action and do not worry about the results. People's actions can't keep you from doing the things. Say that again. People's actions can't keep you from doing the things. You need to go out and do it and see it yourself to see if it works. You can't have everybody else do it. You have to do it. That is how you're going to grow your leadership lid, how people are going to see you and your confidence level and moving forward in what you have to offer. Okay, so I'm going to go over the winning day and what that looks like. And I have two different forms and I'm going to show you. And you can determine which one that you want to use. This one here, I put a couple of things that I felt like for us that we were missing, because right now we don't have a posse. She calls it our posse. You guys are my posse, but a lot of you guys don't have a posse that's ready for this yet. And so that's why I covered up number 7 and made our own things that I knew that was something we would need to have to offer and put into ourselves. So for instance, 15 minutes of social, that means you are growing those seeds. You're planting, you're watering, you're getting that warm algorithm. So Facebook is now going to be able to have people see your stuff. You're engaging with those prospects on Facebook, and do these 3 things. So you're going to like and comment on people's posts that are following you. This is on Instagram. You can see who's commenting, start interacting. Don't be short and sweet and have like an emoji that's like a smiley face or a heart. Like, actually have conversation with this person. Be a real person. Follow hashtags. This was interesting to me because I do it and I'm like, oh, I didn't even think about that. Follow hashtags, but comment on those current posts. So let's say I'm following a conservative hashtag. And I go in there and I'm looking at all the people's posts that are in conservative hashtags. I'm like, okay, well, I see Stacy. I'm going to click on Stacy. I'm going to see if she's cute. I'm going to see what she's got going on. Well, her comment on that first conservative post, I'm going to be like, oh, I see that too. Or, wow, I love seeing that there's other homeschool mamas out there. I'm going to just comment and connect with that person and get that algorithm seeing that too. Be authentically relational and thoughtful in your response. Okay, so then go to non-Plexus influencers and comment. This is again on mostly Instagram. You can do Facebook, but you'll go to people that are influencers, people that might have, or you see a lot of influence in them and you want to gain from them. Go and comment, be relational. You don't know if they have a Plexus person. You don't know if they need health and wellness, but go and start interacting with them and loving on them. This is 15 minutes. It should not take you more than that. Look in the comments for other people that are drawn to them. So let's say I went to this influencer's page and I'm looking at the comments, and let's say or that person posted about makeup. I'm going to look at those comments and wonder what people are interested in hearing about makeup. Same with if you're following a holistic page, go in those comments of those people and see what they're wanting to hear. That is going to help you make your post so you have educational posting for your audience, because then you're seeing what everybody's needing, what everybody's looking for in those posts. So start following those hashtags so you can see what other people are seeking that you have to offer. Okay, next step. So that's 15 minutes. You're just starting to get social, right? Social is voice messages, commenting, things like that. Nothing short and sweet. Be very intentional. Okay, next 15 minutes is making a social media post. One post a day includes at least 2 reels, or one post a day, including 2 reels and a live within a week. Like, you want to post every single day. Try to get a live and a reel as much and as often as you can. I know reels can be scary, as I know lives can be scary. I get it. Trust me. It's going to push us to the next level if we do some of these things that make us scary. Reels, if you could do those every single day, it's going to grow your business. Instagram now just offered an opportunity for people to get paid. They're trying to be like the TikTok, to get paid to do reels. I don't have that option yet. Hopefully I'll get that soon. There's no certain account that even offers that. Everybody's supposed to have it. I just think they're rolling it out to certain people, and I haven't gotten that yet, but I have my conspiracy on that, but it's okay. Anyway, they're rolling it out and you can get paid to do reels. So try to do reels every single day if you can. At least learn something new. So posting. Goal is to get noticed by adding value to people's lives. When you're posting, be educational. Like, what do you have to influence other people? Like, Stacy has a group she just started, and she's trying to influence other people about health and wellness on all spectrums, not just Plexus, on everything. Like, hey, this is about exercise, you guys. This is about getting water in. This is about XYZ. You know, Patricia, you could be talking about stepping challenges or whatever that looks like. How can you influence other people that want to stay with you because you're offering free content in return for income content? Does that make like you want people to start coming to you in that way? Because you're offering that. Be educational, be entertaining, inspire people. It doesn't mean you need to dance and do all the things. Just be you. Every single one of you have your own quirks and things, and it's perfect. Share that, be entertaining. People love something different. They don't want to see the same stuff that they see on 5 other people's posts. Next 15 minutes. Okay, so business building. So this is the scary part most people will not do. And that is honestly what also holds us back. We have an opportunity where people now in New Year's resolutions, their number 1 is weight loss. Their number 2 is financial. People are in debt. And usually at the beginning of the year, they try to find income opportunities. And we have that. Be bold and confident in what we have to offer. So this is business asking. We are going to connect with 3 people that you would like to work with. Don't connect with people that you don't want to work with on a daily basis. You want these people on your inner circle, and people that are then going to bring other people like-minded. And so think about that when you're reaching out to people about the business opportunity. So your goal is to expose 3 new people about the vision and the extra income that Plexus has to offer, and that you can find those people that you're looking for. Remember, regardless of their answer, offer a product experience. Let's say Stacy's like, oh, no, I've been watching you, Cassie. That is not for me. And you're like, you know what, Stacy, I understand. Sometimes it isn't for everybody. What about, I just see if you love the products as much as I do. And then would you be open to hearing what Dr. Hartman had to say about our greens and how wonderful it is, especially during the winter? I would love to send that to you. Would you be open to that? Show them if they are a no. It doesn't mean a hard no, right? No, you get 8 no's before you get a yes. You then start with a product experience, because if you can get people into the product experience, then you can get people into the community, then you can get people to seeing the bigger vision that we see now. Because I can guarantee all of us did not start for the business, but we saw the community, we saw the bigger vision, and we saw all the things that Plexus had to offer. And that's why every single one of you are here. And I can attest to that because I know. So know that you're going to have no's, and go for no's. Go for no's. 3 no's a day. I know that's scary. I know that's hard, but if you can reach out to 3 people a day about the business opportunity, you're going to grow. Phone calls are best. I know. And it's hard because it's really hard, especially with a lot of our schedules, to get phone calls. I highly recommend that if you cannot get a phone call, do voice messages. We all know hearing somebody's voice really makes an impact. You can hear their tone. You can hear how confident they are and excited they are to reach out to you. If you're reaching out to somebody, if I'm like, Patricia, so I don't know if you've been watching a lot of my stuff, and you just came to mind, and I don't know if, right? I already sound nauseous. I already sound crazy. And you don't want to be that. Just be authentically you. And every single time that you do it, you will get better. You will. Another trick that I learned when I started out, like with you guys, is I sent it to myself. So then I could forward it to the person that I needed it to go to. So I could hear it. I could be like, okay, that was okay. Don't do it 100 times. People will know when it's scripted. Send it. I promise you, honestly, sometimes the mess ups, as long as you're confident and bold in what you have to offer, those mess ups are going to be a lot more real and authentic than feeling like you're reading a script like a telemarketer. When you get those, hi, we're calling on your warranty today. We need to know, blah, 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 right? We don't want that. I got 4 of those calls today. Let's not do that. Be authentically really in you. Okay, so go for 3 no's a day. The best is your voice messages. Okay, so this is the hardest and longest part. So again, 15 minutes on those 3, right? 15, set timers, 15, 15, 15, done. This part is where the magic is, and where some of you, it might only take 30 minutes, and some might take an hour because of your customer care that you need to provide. This is where you're going to move that relationship building a little bit more, those micro commitments we talked about. You're going to reconnect with people. You're going to maintain relationships, keep that going. Customer care. You're going to check in on your people. We have a customer care sheet. If you do not see that, look at the files in our Faith and Eater page. There is step-by-step customer care in there. Like, okay, week 1, this is what you should say. Week 2, this is the next thing you should say. It's all there. Please use that opportunity to use those sheets. It's there for you, and make it your own if you want to, but it's there. And then you can duplicate that down and have your people look at that and send, and then go from there. Okay. So reconnect, you're going to check in on your wholesalers, people that are on the fence. You're going to check on the ones trying samples, see how they're loving them. Then you're going to also check on your customers that have maybe been 3 months or longer as well. I added Plexus perks. This is something we do not utilize enough. I caught somebody the other day that almost lost 1,000 points. 1,000, you guys. Every single day we should be looking at Plexus perks every day. And because you could help somebody that does not understand, 99% of the people that I reach out to do not get Plexus perks. And because we are not telling about them properly as we're signing them up. This is me included. Some people just don't get it. You have to keep telling them, and you have to keep telling them how it works. Plexus perks every single day. Canceled subscriptions. Sometimes people aren't going to tell you they're about to cancel their subscription. If you're watching that, I can be like, Rachel, I just saw you turn off your sub. Tell me what's going on, hun? Like, how can I help you? You know, that is where you are offering the customer care that person needs. I would much rather somebody notice that I haven't been to the gym than never notice, right? Think of it that way. When you go to church, if you haven't been going to church in a month, wouldn't you want somebody to recognize you haven't been to church? Think of it that way. When somebody canceled their subscription, there's a reason. Reach out to them, offer solutions, offer advice, offer whatever you can, especially if they go under our 50 PV as a VIP. Retail customer, completely fine. Those people just want the 1 product or 2. That is okay. But when somebody signs up as a VIP customer, we also have a little bit more obligation to keep them at least at 50 PV or higher. Because if they're at 100, they're in Plexus Perks program. If they're under that 100, they opt out of that. So they're losing out on that opportunity to get free products. Make sure you're telling them that. And so especially if people go under PV, offer them more Plexus products experiences. They might not know why greens is wonderful in the winter. Send them the Dr. Hartman video. We have opportunities to do this. Third party validation is really going to be key in a lot of this. Okay, a couple more things. Promote. So this is the third party validation that I was telling you about. We have the real people, real stories that you can plug people into to listen to. A lot of opportunity calls, or not opportunity calls, real live testimonies from people. You have that as a tool. You have YouTube, Plexus YouTube, tons of videos there that you can utilize and find. Use those at your advantage and promote our next company calls. We talked about that earlier. Use those book clubs. They do not need, y'all, they do not need to read the book. But if you're plugging them in to something bigger, the book club is for us, but it's mainly for gaining and building our community even bigger. Make sure you're plugging people into those things, because we are doing a disservice if we are not plugging them into that and giving them the bigger community picture they might be wanting. So invite them to those things. Because we all know when we reach out to somebody, if we are always offering a sale, like, hey, I just wanted to let you know there's a Valentine's sale right now. Would love to, know if you're interested. And then the next month, hey, guess what? We have a, St. Patrick's sale going on. Have I ever offered community like, oh my gosh, there's a book club and the top company or top XYZ from the company is going to be coming and sharing her knowledge. Would you love to come and hear? I would love for you to come and hear that. Can I send you the link? It's going to be Saturday at XYZ time. Yeah, I'm not being sold to. I'm being given an opportunity to come and listen to something. Yes, I probably would. I'm not getting a sales pitch. We don't want to keep giving sales pitches every time we reach out to these people, especially your team. Okay, and again, I've fallen into this, so I'm trying to get better of giving people more opportunities to be involved in all the calls that we have. Okay, so check team calendars. The Plexus has a calendar that tells you every single Monday motivational, what time they are, Tuesday testimonial calls, all that. It's all in your virtual office. Look in it. That help center is going to be huge. We have to start utilizing our help center and our resources that they give us. If you do not, I challenge you guys to go into your office and go into business and dive in and find one thing that you never knew that was there. One thing. So you go to my business and there's resources, or there's brand new ambassadors, start here. Look at some of that and see if there's one thing that you can take away that you're like, oh my gosh, I wish I would have known that was there. That would have helped me, years ago. Promise you're going to find way more than you would have ever anticipated that Plexus offers. Okay, next, last thing. Oh, two things. Post in your stories and post your face. Don't keep posting graphics. We all know people like the silly, the weird. I share some things often too, where I'm like, oh, look at this video that's here. Look at this, whatever, right? But people still want to feel like they're connected to you. They come to your stories to learn the behind the scenes, Cassie. Then they're going to be invited to my page if they feel like, I think I like this girl. Like, okay, maybe I'll follow her. They're going to come to my stories first to see that I'm not weird. If you keep showing graphics and shared videos and whatever, they don't know who you are. So share about your day, share about what happened to you, Stacy, share your homeschool tips or share whatever in your stories. You are going to connect with more people than you would have ever had before. And they're like, oh, actually, man, Stacy is a pretty cool girl. Okay, I'm going to go follow her, because they've come to your stories. So really be engaging in your stories. At least 3 stories a day of you. Last thing, personal care. This is a thing we don't do enough. Do not do enough. This is where I want you to take 15 minutes of either reading your Bible, listening to a motivational call, brain dump. This is where overwhelm can happen. If you're like, okay, I have all this stuff and I don't know how I'm going to get it all done. Overwhelm is a choice. And that was something that I heard a long time ago. And it's so true. Overwhelm is a choice, because we don't sometimes write it down on what is overwhelming us. Like, oh my gosh, well, overwhelm happened to me the other day. And so I had to write it down and be like, okay, I've got Julia's event. Okay, I've got Natalie's event. Okay, I've got I still got to do all these graphics and whatnot. And then I was able to see it all and realize, okay, what was top priority? This I can do tomorrow. This I can do later. This I can do, another time. brain dump. It's going to really open up your day and help you feel less burnout. So take that 15 minutes and do whatever you can for personal care. I gave some ideas here, just pump yourself up, whatever that looks like. That is a winning day. That should take you an hour to 2 hours. And we have, it's up to you. This isn't a have to. If you want to be in this group, I would love for you to row with me and stay on this boat together. And if you are ready, that is what we do. This right here, this graphic. And I know if you're somebody like me, you needed a guided recipe and directions on what to do every single day, which I'm grateful for this, because then I can be like, okay, I did that today. Okay, I did it. I mean, really, if y'all remember this daily mode of operation, it's pretty much this, just broken down a little bit more to where you know what to post, you know what to do in your stories, you know what to, so if you want to go back to this, you still can, but this is priority right now. That's what that looks like. So do y'all have any questions? Because if you're still in, and if it's not for you, that is okay. This is just what the next 60 days are going to look like. And we're going to just row together, grow together, and see where our business goes, because we've been planting the seeds and moving forward. So who has questions? I know that was a lot.
I know I have to be better at like planning my posts like the day before or like on weekends, because during the week it's just with my full-time job, and then things come up, and then I just can't, the day gets away from me before I can like remember, oh shoot, I got to post. So I know for me, I know I have to do a little bit better with that. So that's the hardest part for me personally, is just that daily posting.
I have an idea, and it's something that's helped me, and hopefully whoever watches this can help you guys too. If you have an Instagram account, the beauty about that is you can pre-post stuff. And so you can save it in your drafts. And so a lot of the times I do, because it's the only day I get dressed and ready is Sundays. And so I'll do my reels, I'll do whatever. I don't even know when I'm going to post them. I just get ideas and I'm like, okay, next 5 minutes. And I do something silly, right? And I save it to my draft, because then I have several opportunities and posts ready. And so it doesn't have to be a reel. You can do a post that way, and you can save it as draft. Then the nice thing is it can then, if you have it connected to your Facebook, it'll post to your Facebook too. So you've already hit both markets by spending an hour, one day on scheduling all of your posts and getting some of those out. Another nice thing that I used to do, and I probably should be better at it, is writing down like, okay, Monday, I want to do a motivational. Sunday, I want to do something scriptural because of church. Tuesday, I want to do a testimonial, Wednesday. So then you kind of have an idea and structure of what your posts are going to look like. So then you have a recipe of that as well. So hopefully that'll help. But yeah, you can do it. And that's been the biggest help, is when I knock out as many as I can on Sunday, because I have them ready. And I'm like, doop, okay, good. Whew, I'm so glad I did that. And I took that time that day. Anybody else?
I've been having trouble just coming up with posts. I don't know why, but I just feel like I can't. It's like, okay, I need to do a post today. And I guess I want something of value, just not something silly all the time. And
yeah,
I can't come up with anything, like even reels or anything. I just feel like it's never to my satisfaction. And so I just don't.
Oh, Genevieve talked about this today, and she said, y'all need to set a timer and stop overthinking on your posts. It should never take you more than 15 minutes. And I was like, because mine, I sit, I go to my closet, and I have to have quiet time so I can make sure every word is okay and everything sounds good. And so sometimes we overthink the process of a post because we overdo it. Most people just want to come and gain one tip from us or one something, and they don't want everything. So Stacy, what I would do for you is realize, okay, what do I have to offer? Well, right now you have a lot to offer. I can list 100 things. And so what I would do is do that calendar, like I was saying. So then you have that guided process of okay, today is Tuesday. So today's a testimony. Okay, I can find a testimony. Boom, you've made your post. And then tomorrow's Wednesday, Wellness Wednesday. Okay, I need to find something about wellness. What can I share about wellness? Okay, I can share about this oil that maybe helps with XYZ. Does that help?
Yeah, I actually wrote that out for Kim and told her to do that, but I'm not doing it myself right now.
But at least you're honest with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to do that. If I'm gonna do this 60-day thing, I definitely will need to get organized somehow because it won't happen if I not.
Right. I agree. And I think if you just lay out what you can offer on those days, it's going to help. It's going to help alleviate the overwhelm on that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another idea that I do sometimes, if I'm like really short on time, but I know that I'm gonna post the picture and I want to talk about a specific thing, then I'll actually go in the search bar on like Facebook or whatever, and I'll put in like water Plexus or, you know, greens Plexus, and then all kinds of stuff will come up and you'll get really good ideas, and then you can tweak them for what you want to say, but it will give you a jumping point, you know, to start from.
That's a good idea. Yeah, I like that.
And I save a lot of posts that way too. I can tell you I have 100 saved that I think I'm going to post later. And sometimes I never do because I have a better idea, but at least I have them there for those days. And another thing, as you do this longer, I've been going to my memories and I'm copying posts that I did last year. And I'm like, that was good. I doubt anybody remembers that one. And so I just repost it. And so that's helpful on the days that I feel like I don't have anything to offer, or I'm just like drained, you know, or I'm on my period and I just brain fog all the things. I'm like, oh, so memories help a lot. What other questions do we have? Because Carissa's call just started, but I really want us to understand this before we move forward. And I'm going to tell you what we're going to do next.
Well, when does it start?
The only question, go ahead.
Okay, Stacey, I'm gonna answer yours here in just a minute. Go ahead, and Rachel.
No, mine, I want to know the answer to Stacy's question too, but you said there's 2 days off per week. And so do those days have to be back to back? Do they have to be the same 2 days every week?
As long as you take 2 days off. That's it. You just have to, it's 10 hours. So whatever those 5 days look like, you're just getting those 2 hours in each day and then 2 days off. So the big thing right now is to make sure we are going to practice this. We are not starting, we are practicing this. You're going to get into the rhythm of doing this for the next few days, and we're going to officially start Monday. Stacey, I'm going to mute you for just a second. So we're going to officially start on Monday. So tomorrow, start trying to do a lot of this. Get into the rhythm of, okay, I got my post done. That wasn't too bad. Okay, I did my three reach outs. Even start with one. Go for it. That's what the one challenge was today. Like, did you die? No, reach out to at least one person and start working slowly into this winning day sheet. So you have tonight, you can do it tonight. It doesn't matter. I did mine. I'm still got a few more to do, but I'm going to practice mine tonight. Get to the rhythm because Monday is official start date. Does that help? And then what other questions do y'all have? The other thing, so we're going to start Monday. We're going to utilize our team calls. Our team calls are going to start back because today's my last day for my book study. We're going to utilize team calls again, 9 p.m. on Tuesdays, like we've always done. But at 8:30, this winning day or winning people, we're going to figure out a name for us. We're going to meet 30 minutes before, and we're going to talk about things that we need to discuss, like, hey, I had so-and-so, or hey, XYZ. We're going to be there for each other for just a quick 30 minutes before our team call. And we're going to dive into team call stuff. This is separate because we're in a different boat than everybody else. Does that make sense? Like, we want people to start coming to team calls that are just starting their business, or, whatever relative to that team call. We want to plug people into our community and our intimate community, where this for 8:30 is going to be strictly our call that we're going to try and make every single Tuesday, 8:30. I know for me, I'm going to tell you how hard Genevieve is on us, so you can kind of understand. Like, if you want me to bring the hard, I can bring the hard and bring everything Genevieve is making us do. Y'all, I have to sign 3 people a month or I'm kicked out of the group. Here's another thing. If I don't sign 3 people, and I cannot miss a Tuesday call, cannot. She's like, if you're giving birth, that's different. If you are, I don't know, in a wreck, that's different. She's like, I don't want you to be like, oh, well, I just started my period and I'm just going to check the recording. She's like, no, I'm going to kick you out, because if you want to be in this winning group, you're here to win. You're here to do the things. I don't want to hear excuses. I want you to get your stuff done. And she's like, or what she always says, that you got what I'm laying down, or whatever, however she says that. There's over 100 people in this chat. And so she's keeping up with everybody. And she's like, if you guys want to grow your business, you're here because you want hard. You want to grow. You want somebody to keep you accountable and on your toes. And I'm here to do that. So if you guys want that, I can offer that to you individually. I don't care. But I'm just letting you know that's the responsibility that's holding on me, and what shoulders that I have to. I get kicked out if I don't show up. I get kicked out if I don't add 3 people a month. Like, that's crazy. But you think that I showed up 5 minutes early to the call today? Heck yes, I had 2 alarms to make sure I didn't miss the call, because I didn't want to be kicked out. So again, it's whatever hard you need. I need that kind of accountability, y'all. I really would love to hit Emerald and have all this time that I'm putting in to really get to Emerald again and then beyond. So I needed that kind of hard. I don't know what kind of hard you need. And so you can tell me that individually, privately, whatever, because I can offer you that. But I'm going to give you the sheet as the first hard, if that makes sense. So I'm here for you on all the other hards if you need it. So. Do y'all have any other questions? Okay. All right. Well, let's think of a name for ourselves, or we can just keep it the winning day. It doesn't matter. Use the sheet. You can do whatever. And what we're going to do starting Monday, we're going to just be in that group. Our chat is pretty much just going to be an accountability chat. And it's going to be winning day done, winning day done, winning day done. Every single day. And you should have 5 winning day dones in there. And at the 60 days, if you guys row with me and do not quit, I have a prize for you at the end. So I want you to row with me. We can do it. We truly can. So I'm here for you, and it's going to be good. It will be. It will be. So I'm just going to be, I can either be your gym trainer and be like, no, another burpee, another da-da. Or I can be like, okay, let's try again. Whatever you need, I'm going to be that for you, but I'm not going to be your excuse holder either. So if it's always excuses or whatnot, then this might not be their time for you. And that's okay, you guys. Just like she said, there's 2 different boats. If you're not ready to row, that is okay. If you're just needing to ride for a little bit, that is fine. I do not want you to jump out of the boat. So just know, do what you can, and I will be there for whatever boat that you need to be in. Okay. I love you guys. I'm going to stop this recording and I'm going to send it to our other people so they can understand and know what's happening. And we can all start rowing together on Monday. Send me a private message. We can talk individually a little bit more on what kind of hard you need, or where you're at. So all right. Love you guys. And I'm excited, and I'm going to go on Chris's call. So most of y'all can jump on it. So let's go. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
I said